Guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be helping you stop casting the golf club, but I'm also going to explain to you why you're casting the golf club. If you're like one of my students that I've been coaching over the past kind of 2 weeks, you may be casting it because you're moving your body weight too much ahead of the golf ball and your hands have to play catch up. You may also be casting it because you're swinging the golf club too much on the outside, and again the hands need to react to help you. Sometimes, or even most of the times, the cast actually happens because you're out of position elsewhere. So in this video I'm going to give you two amazing drills that you can do, that I do one of them on a regular basis as well, and I've not even really got a casting issue, it's more of a feel, but it's something that you can take to the golf course and obviously the driving range as well. Within the video we're going to be using HACKMOTION because I want to give you some details and some data based on what a casting position looks like in the wrist angles, which is really key for you to understand, and then how we're going to try and combat it. Guys, if you are new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. We are over the 100k, so thank you so much for all those that have subscribed. Let's get to 200 as quick as possible. No, guys, thanks so much for watching. There is loads of content on the channel for you to go back and watch. If you are new to the channel, if you want lessons from me, you can avail of a free swing analysis. Just head over, just use the skill list link there in the description below, and I look forward to chatting to you over there. So first of all, what we did, we got him hitting 5 golf shots. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you now. Hitting 5 shots using a casted golf swing, and you can see straight away as I come into impact, I'm too extended. Too extended means the wrist angles are basically, you may know them as cupped, okay? So from the top of the backswing, the wrist angles become more cupped as the golf club gets to the golf ball. That is not a good trait to have in your golf swing. That is the early release, that's your casting. What we want to see is if we have a cupped top of the backswing, which is pretty normal, but then as we come back down, we reduce that angle to then encourage the wrist angle to be straighter at impact, which gets the handle of the golf club in front of the golf ball and gives you shaft lean. So we try to make sure that from the top of the backswing, this angle reduces on the way down, and then we get the hands ahead of the ball, and that's going to encourage you then to get the shaft more on plane. As you get to the top of the swing here, I will struggle to swing it out to in and then improve my wrist angle. So what we'll do as we get to the top of the backswing, we're going to start to improve this wrist angle on the way down, which now helps shallow out this shaft angle. So the two are very, very much linked. So the drill I get all of my players to do, with or without HACKMOTION, is to stand over the golf ball, take the club back to around about kind of waist height, that's 9 o'clock position. And from here, we're trying to really encourage that shaft angle to be ahead of the ball. Now, some of the key traits that you can try and really focus on here is keeping this trail elbow more into the body. So to even do that from setup, I'd go from the start, just get this right elbow just tucked in. Feel like the triceps really tucked into the right side of your pec. And as you're set up now, you're much more connected. You bring this golf club into a 9 o'clock position, and we're just trying to make sure that this left wrist is not too cupped. But also, I definitely don't want to see it bowed like this as well. And we'll talk about this in a later video because this is really sabotaging a lot of players. So we're looking for this wrist angle to be relatively straight. Shaft angle, not vertical, but let's say around 70 degrees. And the toe angle here, just pointing up to the sky as you go up, okay? So this is the perfect position to try and be in. Now, as you get into that position, if we keep that trail arm connected on the way down and move our body weight towards the target, we're gonna find it a lot easier into this kind of shaft lean into the golf ball. Obviously here is an exaggeration, but this is what I would want you to try and feel, okay? So HACKMOTION gave me some audio feedback that said, Andy, you are massively exaggerating this, and I am doing that for the point of this video. The reality is that just getting more into there. So we're going to start with that drill. We're going to bring the club up to waist height, get the right wrist angle, there we go, and move the body weight into that lead side. Did I overdo it? I overdid it. I overdid it. But you know what, if you are struggling with casting the club and adding too much flexion adding too much extension into your wrist, then you're obviously going to, it'll be a massive win for you to actually over exaggerate it. So set up, into position, and there's a good one. And also what you'll find from this, the characteristics of the ball flight, it'll be so much lower. You'll feel like you're really kind of punching it down and really low. Whereas what you saw even on my demonstration videos at the start is the ball was, when it was relatively well struck, was coming out high because we were adding loft onto it. Okay, so we'll do that again. We're gonna get the club into that 9 o'clock position. So to start with, what we're gonna do, we get the club back into that 9 o'clock position. Perfect position. Perfect ball flight, nice strike as well. That felt superb off the face. And when you're doing these drills, you're not going to strike the ball perfectly every time. That's probably the best one that I've struck today. The others have been a little bit kind of toe and heel, maybe just because I'm obviously coming from this unusual position that I started on. But again, you need to be able to kind of work and understand these drills that you're trying to do. So using HACKMOTION, you would do that around about 5 or 6 times. You'll get a bit of a streak going. And then what I want you to try and do is actually just start at setup, and maybe you can build this into a bit of a routine. So take your setup, and this is again something that I do quite often, is when I'm just kind of stood over the golf ball, I'm always getting my feet moving. You never stood static before you hit the shot. So what I'd be kind of saying, right, well, your impact position is obviously a fault, isn't it? So let's go set up there. Just feel that impact there. Feel that straightening of the left wrist, shaft leaning towards target, weight more into that left side, left glute over left hip. Really understand and feel what your impact position is going to be, and then go ahead and hit your shot. Beautiful. Compress the ball, decent strike, decent distance, and really got down into that ball. And you saw the big divot that came up as well. You probably wouldn't normally have a big divot if you were to cast the club. You'll be feeling like you're very much kind of got a glancing blow, or just kind of sweeping the ball off the ground. In this particular one then, I got much more ahead of the ball with my body weight. I got the club more on plane. I got the hands ahead of the golf ball, and I probably overdid it a little bit for the purpose of the video again. But I was using 2 fantastic drills to help me get rid of that casting and bring the club back down on plane. What a shot. Oh, God. Don't let that fool you.